Hello, good morning, children. Children, we have completed our semester 1 and you are given your assessment. Okay, now we are going to start our semester 2 chapters. The first chapter in Sem 2 is fractions. Okay. Before we go to the chapter, I wanted to say one thing, that is, all of you keep your Sem 1 classworks aside. Take the new notes. Two classworks are given, two notebooks are given, in which one we have utilized for Sem 1. So now keep this book aside and use the other new notebook for Sem 2. Okay. See, even I too have taken the new notebook. Start the Sem 2 in new notes. Okay. Don't write this in the classbook. This is for the explanation purpose. Okay. Notes I will be sending you. Copy that notes. Okay, now we'll move into the chapter 1, that is fractions. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. What is fraction? A fraction is a part of whole. What is this part of whole? If I give you a chalk, this is full. This is full chalk. Okay. Now I'll break this into the pieces. These are the parts of full chalk. Okay. These are the parts of full chalk. Now we are going to discuss about the part of whole. A part of whole. Okay. Now, and how this fraction is represented. Okay. A fraction has numerator and denominator. 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 This numerator and denominator are separated by a fraction bar. Numerator and denominator are separated by a fraction bar. This is fraction bar. Okay, what is this? This is a fraction bar. Okay. Now, fraction equal to numerator, fraction bar, denominator. Okay. Numerator, fraction bar, denominator. Numerator, fraction bar, denominator. Okay. A fraction has numerator and denominator separated by a fraction bar. Now what does this numerator tells? Numerator tells us about number of parts we are interested in. Numerator tells us number of parts interested in. What does this give us? Number of parts interested in. Okay. What is this denominator tells us? Denominator tells us the total number of parts. This gives us total number of parts. This gives us total number of parts. Let's take few examples and write the fraction of it. Okay. Here are few examples. I'll draw few figures. See? Circle, rectangle, and I'll take a wheel. Okay. This I will divide into 2 parts. This I will divide into 3 parts. Okay. These are the figures. Okay, this is one full figure, one full part, and I am dividing this into 2 parts. I am dividing into 2 parts. Total parts are 2. Okay, here total number of parts is equal to 2. And I am interested only in one part. This part. I am interested in this part. So, interested parts. Interested parts is equal to 1. Now, we'll take this picture and I'll shade like this. So, how many total number of parts? 1, 2, 3. Total parts are 3. How many I am interested? The shaded one is interested part. I am interested in only 2 parts. Okay. Total parts, interested parts. I am not writing this again. Same heading will be followed. Okay. Now, again total parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total parts 8. Interested parts, I'll shade. You count how many parts I'm interested in. Okay, I'm interested in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm interested in 5 parts. Okay, now we will write this as a fraction. How we will write this as a fraction? Number of parts interested by. This fraction bar is there, no? Fraction bar, we'll read it as by. Fraction bar is read as by. Number of parts interested by total number of parts. Here number of parts interested is 1. Total number of parts 2. So, the fraction for this figure is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Understood? Next one. Interested parts are 2. The shaded one. Total parts 1, 2, 3. Total parts are 3. So, the fraction for this figure is 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Next, similarly. Interested parts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total parts, counts. Yes, it's 8. So the fraction for this figure is 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Okay. Fraction is nothing but a part of whole. This is whole. And which part I am taking? Only this part. A part of whole. A part of whole. Understood? Now, how do we read this fraction? Now, by seeing the figure, we have learnt how to write the fraction. How to read this fraction? 1 is 1 by 2. One way. The other way is 1 out of 2 equal parts. 1 out of 2 equal parts. 2 out of 3 equal parts. 5 out of 8 equal parts. Okay, this is one way. Other way is 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 5 by 8. Okay children, this is about the fraction. And our next topic in this, which we are going to learn for today, is equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction. Okay? What is this equivalent fraction? The word itself tells us equivalent. Equivalent means equal. To get this equivalent fractions, we must multiply or divide. Multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. To get equivalent fraction, we must either multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by same number. Okay, we'll take an example. Now we want to find the equivalent fractions of 4 by 6, you think. What we are doing? We are finding the equivalent fraction for 4 by 6. One I'll show with multiplication and one I'll show with the division. How to do? First we will take multiplication. 4 by 6 is equal to, numerator and denominator we have to multiply with the same number. I'll take multiplication by 2 table. 4 into 2 by 6 into 2. This is equal to 4 2s are 8. 6 2s are 12. So 4 by 6 and 8 by 12 both are equal. Both are equal. Next, division. 4 by 6. This is equal to, both the numbers we can divide by 2 table. Can we divide both by 3? No, because 4 does not go in 3 table. So we cannot take 3. And at the same time 6 also does not go in 4 table. So the only table which we can divide both numerator and denominator is 2. So 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2. Multiplication we can take any number, no problem. But while dividing we must be very careful. We have to check whether the numerator and denominator both are divisible by same table. Both should be divisible by same table. Okay, 4 divided by 2, how much? 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, therefore, this 4 by 6, 8 by 12 and 2 by 3. All these 3 are equivalent fractions. These are equivalent fractions. These are equivalent fractions. Okay. Now, one question may strike. That is, if one fraction is given, if they ask you to find the equivalent fraction, it is very easy. Either by multiplying or dividing, we can find the equivalent fraction. But if fractions are given and asked us to check whether they are equivalent or not, how? How to check? Question mark comes. If fractions are given, suppose two fractions are given like 4 by 6. I'll take these two examples only because already we have found the equivalent fractions. Suppose 4 by 6 is given and 8 by 12 is given. And they ask you whether these two fractions are equivalent or not. Now you will tell it is equivalent because we have already worked out. But if unknown fractions are given and ask you to find whether they are equivalent or not, how? Simple. You have to find their cross product. Cross product. If you find the cross product of the given fractions and the cross products are equal, then the fractions are equivalent. How to find the cross product? Simple. 4 by 6, 8 by 12. Just put a cross symbol. Like this. Put a cross symbol. And multiply these two, multiply these two. 4 into 12. 6 into 8. 4 into 12. 12 fours are 48. 6 eights are 48. See, these two are same. So, cross products are equal. Cross products are equal means these two are equivalent fractions. Now, we'll take another example like 7 by 9, 4 by 13. Now we'll check whether these two are equivalent or not. What we have to do? Find cross product. 7 by 9, 4 by 13. We'll check. 9 into 4, 7 into 13. 9 fours are 36. 7 into 13 how much? 91. Is 36 and 91 equal? Not equal. Not equal. Means as their cross products are not equal, these two fractions are not equivalent fractions. They are not equivalent fractions. Understood, children? Very simple. Today we have learnt three concepts. One is what is fraction. Second one is how to find the equivalent fraction. Third one is the given fractions, to check whether the given fractions are equivalent or not. Understood? I'll send the notes related to this. Complete the notes. Okay, children. We'll meet in the next class. Bye-bye.